And Phil Cuzzi had heard enough and threw him out. So once he was tossed, Matt Kemp wanted to come out and get a couple of parting shots in verbally.
That singing. Here's Ian Kinsler. Meanwhile, he's making an exit after getting tossed out of the game by the home plate umpire Doug Eddings.
See ya.
Yep. So a new second baseman is required, and Brad Ausmus has put Andrew Romine at second.
And a high strike called by Doug Eddings.
Wow. Again, they're all over him. That ball's up, and McGarris doesn't like it. The bench doesn't like it, and Eddings doesn't like it.
Hey, rabbits. And Eddings says, I don't want to hear anymore. He just threw somebody out of the game.
Oh, you know what?
It was not Terry Collins. It was somebody down the bench who just got tossed.
So what do you got eyes on the side of your head? You can see who made the noise.
Well, John Neese is the one who's screaming at him, so it looks like Neese is the guy who's been thrown out of the game, and he goes down the steps.
And Danny's going to be called down on a high slider at the top of the zone. 1 out. And somebody's been tossed.
I think it might have been Bryce. They're holding Bryce back.
Hot weather one day and cold weather another day, you're talking about putting a lot more into that trunk. And now CB Buckner is
Hosmer
going to hear it.
Haas is giving. Oh, he ran him. He ran Haas. And Haas is a little bit frustrated with some of the calls of CB Buckner, and you know, like I said earlier, these guys they're competing against Strasburg. They might see him in the World Series. You never know. So this is an important game for them, even though it's a blowout. And Hosmer didn't appreciate CB Buckner's getaway day calls.
Tossed out of the game. Yeah, he didn't seem overly pleased by the reaction of the crowd as he made his way to the dugout.
He did kind of adjust his. Well, for those of you that don't know it out there, the baseball players wear kind of a jock strap and a cup, and there's a lot going on down there. And he did, he did adjust it as he was walking off the field. Now, to say for sure that it was in response to some booing, I couldn't do that. And I mean, only Jonathan knows.
And this is Papelbon now.
Career, at least.
There's ball 4. Oh, strike 3. Darnell is punched out. The latest victim of the Toby Basner strike hunt. Well, it's also probably a little low, and David Wright has just been thrown out of the game, I think. Was it Wright or was it Darno got thrown out? Wright got called out on a low pitch earlier in the game and clearly was incensed. And I'm pretty sure David's been run.
And it's the same thing you hear all the time. The players are telling the umpire, you should just pay attention to the field because he's having a hard time enough doing that.
Well, Joe Madden said last week with instant replay, it's been a love fest between the managers and the umpires.
Still can't see from there. Boo's right there in the background, and he didn't really say anything.
That wasn't him. It was somebody down the middle of the dugout. And now Jeff is going to continue with Ron Culpa, the crew chief.